Gaming Order. It's your two co-CEOs, co-hosts, Alex Lexus and Brother Nelson. And like I've been wanting to say for the longest time, we back like the Juggernaut, bitch. We're coming at you with our episode 4, the first day of Comic Con, actually. And I want to also announce that we have a brand new member who's not really new, but he was part of the broadcast before. He'll be unveiled on Sunday, but he went to Comic Con today to represent New Gaming Order, and I had a meeting with him last night. I gave him the Thursday pass at the last minute. He said, "Hey, what does New Gaming Order need?" He answered the call. He went out there. He said, got us some pictures, which are on the Facebook page. I'm gonna start adding the link in the streaming. I'm still new at it, and Nelson's still my teacher with all of this. But from what I've seen so far with the pictures and everything, they have a lot. It's a normal Comic Con. A lot of comic stuff. Like you said, you have the Batman statue from Dark Knight Rises.
Yep.
Whatnot. I mean, they had Deathstroke and the new Turtles and everything. So when we do our wrap up, we're gonna combine everything. Shinwar and I are going tomorrow and Saturday, and depending on how things go, if there's still passes for Sunday, might go just to wrap things up. But Sunday, not much is really going on. But just know, New Gaming Order was in attendance at Comic Con for day one, and we got some good information, good footage. So we'll do that collectively. All right. So I'm gonna give the floor to Nelson because we're also doing a campaign with recruiting. So Nelson, you take the floor.
All right, man. All right, guys, what's going on? We're here today not only to do our normal weekly podcast, but we're also here to send out, I guess you could say, an invitation to three people that normally watches our channel on YouTube at youtube.com/AlexLexus. And we're trying to get new members, mainly streaming members, more of the class of like to help us push forward the brand, help us to get more views, help us to get more content on the YouTube page, and also to get our name out there so people know like we're more than just like what we are now. Because if we had the time, trust me, guys, we'll be more than capable of like pushing more content out. But due to how everything is going right now, it's kind of taking a toll on us. So I guess what I'm trying to say is if you would like to help us, whether if you want to be a streamer, whether if you want to be a social media rep for us, or if you want to just be like someone that can help us with video editing or anything of the sort, that will be fine.
Game reviews. I need
Yeah.
somebody to back me up. Like I used to do them before, but it takes some time. And plus, I work at a corporate entity 9 to 5. So it's like we are in need of assistance. You know what I mean? Like we want to push this even further. Because I'll put it out there. Like I'm going to approach Machinima and Screw Attack for sponsorship. You know, I want to like get like the other groups. So we have a goal. We're ambitious. We're trying to push, but we need the help. You know what I mean? So in terms of manpower and having more active streams going on during the week. So Nelson is going to be the point of contact, but you can also contact me on the YouTube page. Serious inquiries only. Serious, like we're not bullshitting right now. We want to push, and if I didn't work so much, I'd be streaming like all damn day. I mean, if we get like donations to a point where we can do it like full time, like hey, Review Tech USA has done it. Alpha Omega Sin and a lot of the other guys. We're just not in that category yet. So if we can get that assistance, get that boost, this broadcast can turn into something major. I'm willing to put in a lot of time and effort with the right add-on staff because what we have now. We have great personalities already on the show, but we need more in terms of backing me Nelson up with the production side of things. So whomever answers the call, let us know. Contact us on the Facebook page, on the YouTube, and Nelson's Twitter, which we're gonna start using in terms of being up to date with everything. And especially when we're going out to Comic Con tomorrow, whatever I got on my smartphone, boom, it's gonna be loaded straight on the page, in real time. All right. So, Nelson, you got anything else to cover with the recruiting?
Basically, like I said, just like a quick recap on that, we're looking for either streamers to do like hopefully twice a week streaming. That will be fantastic on my part because my computer is still, down and I'm trying to fix as we speak so I can help as well and get things back into gear. Also, we need a social media rep that can help spread the word around. That could be greatly increasing our chances of getting viewed on every media channel. And also, we need someone to help us out with the production side of things, as of like video editing or just like any kind of editing at all, whether if it's like writing on a website, web design, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Like that would be
Now,
fantastic.
speaking of the editing, if you look at some of the old NMO stuff and how I used to do Gal's thing, go with everything, and like making fun of people videos, like I want to bring that back because that was some funny ass shit. Like, and Nelson could tell you when we were doing the Raw gameplay versus NMO feud, and I had that whole intervention thing, and the dude started crying, and Gal's thing popped up. I mean, I
Dang.
want to bring that humor back to the show because yes, we expanded, but I don't want to also lose what made NMO great, and I want to bring in what made Raw gameplay great. So I mean, two minds working together is one thing, but if we have several minds on the creative side of the house, that'd be some great stuff. So I mean, also I guess next week, depending on Nelson's setup, I want to do the dual streaming stuff. Especially
Right.
with Destiny. So also, if you want to play Destiny with me and Nelson, just drop us a line because we're on there a lot. I'm just letting y'all know that right
And
now.
also, same thing for Killer Instinct because season two will be releasing this coming up Wednesday on October 15th. If you want lobbies, you know who to look for
Yeah, we're
already.
gonna stream the lobby for season two. I guess day one once we
Yeah,
get it.
guaranteed day
Yes.
one.
So if you want it, come get it. You want it, you got it. Like Rocky said to Clover Lake. He's like, "Hey, woman." All right. So on to gaming news, Nelson. What is our first topic? I know that one thing I wanted to hit. Xbox One, it was doing semi decent in China, of all
Yes.
places. You know, I wonder. I think they sent like 100,000 units, and they moved what 75,000, which
Yeah.
consider all things considered, that's not bad. But it's still Microsoft fucked up, Nelson. Bad, 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 bad. But giving you the floor on this, what are some details with the China launch of the X1?
Well, basically, China is not as like I would say picky as they are in Japan. So they actually gave it a chance with like some of the games that are coming out with like Sunset Overdrive. I see a lot of people from China playing Destiny. There's a lot of Chinese people playing Destiny on streaming. Like I see a huge amount, even on the PlayStation 4.
Mm.
Also, what's another selling point? Killer Instinct is also selling out there, and also soon to be Grand Theft Auto 5. A lot of pre-orders went down over there in China as well.
Is that right? I mean,
Hmm.
that comes as a shock to me because I've never really saw China as that market.
Well,
You
they have
know?
a very, very small market. And like I said, it's not like Japan, how they're mainly focused on like fighting games and RPGs. Like
Yeah.
China will branch out if it seems interesting.
Yeah.
But mainly out there is the same thing, almost similar to Japan. They play a lot of RPGs, they play a lot of fighters. Some of them might play like an RTS game, like, Warcraft, StarCraft, stuff like that.
But I won't lie to you. Like I was shocked. China of all places, and it moving close to 100,000 units, an American system.
Mm-hmm.
Now here's another thing too. They're saying that some of this the DRM policies are still in place for China. Is there any truth to that?
That I haven't have no true confirmation on, even though I know some regions like Australia, China, and a couple other places that just got the console, they're suffering through like the same physical updates that we're rolling out because, mind you, they have to also translate everything in their language pack and then redo the entire update system. So it might take a little longer than expected, but they should be up to date with our update.
Now, Nelson, here's my thing with Microsoft. They fucked up because these new systems should not have the OS where you have to update it. They should be rolling out the new wave with what we have. That's the wrong answer.
That's
Wrong
true.
answer.
That's
Because
true.
I was saying to myself, all right, I got pinched in Afghanistan with this Xbox One where I didn't even use it. I didn't even use it. And there was the video that I put up from over there. I didn't even use it till I got home. You know what I mean? Like, okay, fair enough. I mean, I had to do a workaround to at least try to get it to the menu screen. Fine, but that was the early launch systems that they had partitioned off to send out to the military soldiers. So obviously they weren't gonna get that update. But anything coming out from in the last, I wouldn't even say a year, you would say the
Probably
last
4 months.
six months,
Yeah.
it should have the new stuff where you don't need to connect, you don't need to be online. What's wrong with you, Microsoft? Fix it. That's why Sony's crushing you guys. You know what I mean? They're just some dumb decisions, and it's good that a lot of the boneheaded people from Microsoft either resigned or fucking got fired. You know what I
That
mean?
is
So
true.
I mean, they did. Oof. I mean,
But you gotta remember though, the reason why they're doing it this way, it's because it's easier on their systems to just give the console of its initial launch date with no updates and just pour everything from the server instead of recalling back so many units to put the updates inside the console and then reship them out. It saves them time and money. So that's the reason why they do that.
mm-hmm. I will say this: that USB download, I did put that in my system, and it still didn't let me do it. It still didn't let me go online. So they need to release something where they can put it on physical media, bam, put it in the system. It should be 1, 2, 3. Like I'm sitting here, like you gotta hold the eject button, you gotta do this, you gotta do that. I'm telling Microsoft, that's why Sony's kicking your asses. They the 360 in terms of power was weaker than the PS3, but still won that generation. That still won that cycle. Then
Right.
everything that they did good with the 360, they reversed it and pretty much said, "Here, Sony, here's the title." It's like John Cena just giving Brock the belt. You know what I'm saying? Like dummies, man. Anyway, you know what? You have the floor again, Nelson. I'm pulling up
All
some.
right. So the next topic that I want to cover is the fact that also with Microsoft, Phil Spencer has officially announced that they will be getting themes, background pictures, and a screenshot feature, also with DirectX 12 on the initial console.
Now, I wish Demizo and our new member who's going to be unveiled, and on your knees, I try to get a hold of him, but they are the gurus when it comes to like that PC side of things. And as far as the DirectX 12 coming to the X1, how is that going to better, benefit the games? You know what I mean? Like,
Well, from what I hear, like in itself, DirectX 12 is supposed to push the consoles to like its limitations and just make things less stressful for the actual GPU. So that's actually hopefully pretty impressive because they are going to do it for their new PCs as well, for their whole Windows 10 that they've been speaking about allegedly as well.
oh boy.
So we'll see what happens with that, but they have definitely showed some screenshots. I can't pull it up at the moment,
hmm
but it's definitely there. Hold on.
But Nelson, you know what? Review Tech USA, and I said it on a prior podcast. Why are the systems being pushed to their limits so early in the life cycle?
That's what I would like to know as
Because
well.
remember the 360 and the PS3, they didn't get all the nooks and crannies of it until like towards the end, like the second to last wave of games. You know what I mean? They
Mm,
found out all the tricks and so on and
mm,
so forth. Now
right.
these consoles haven't even been like 2 years yet, and they're tapped out. They're gonna be tapped out. Why is that? Is it
Uh,
because they're too much like PC games, or PC rigs where yeah, I know the PC guys are gonna say, hey, that's taboo. Don't ever compare a console to a PC.
Yeah, to PC.
But
Yeah.
the way that they're developing the games is more like, okay, we develop it on PC and it's easily portable over.
Right.
You know,
That is true.
especially with the PS4, I have to give Sony kudos for undoing that whole cell architecture. Remember that bullshit, that propaganda that that wasn't Kassarai, but his predecessor. Like, we have exotic architecture, and it draws people to the. If it's easier to develop for it, naturally the developers are gonna go to them. So now that the
Yeah.
PS4 undid that, which is a good thing, you'll see more games coming out a lot quicker. You don't have that lingering wait that used to happen.
That is
So
true. Hold on one second. We have NYC Playboy 78. What's up, man? You
what's
said
up? What's up?
you said you would like to participate in the podcast. I don't know if you was here earlier, but we spoke about doing a recruitment to the team. So we're looking for at least minimum of 3 people to join the group. So just PM me, Playboy, and I'll send you all the information after the podcast is over.
All right, all right. Hey, we're serious about it. We'll bring you on. You'll be an official member. And, we're enthusiasts. We do it for the love of it. You know what I mean? Like, we're trying to expand. So, join us. Become a New Gaming Order member. And we'll do it like the NWO. Remember how every week there would be like a new member joining and you didn't know who it was? And there's
Word.
some craziness.
Yeah, it's
Alrighty,
true.
alrighty.
So let's see. Another topic that we have here, which is, of course, we're beating the dead horse with Capcom, but we got to do it, right, guys? All right, so apparently Capcom has said officially that they will not work on another AAA title sequel unless its predecessors sold over 2 million units.
Hold the phone. Hold the phone, Nelson. That bullshit is why Darkstalkers, the Street Fighter 4 looking like prototype, didn't see any light. Because Capcom is betting on the fact that, hey, Darkstalkers Resurrection, old school games, right? If we
Mm-hmm.
put out an Xbox Live Arcade game to see, hey, you know what? If this sells, we'll make that. You cannot bet the success of a new generation game on old shit. That's where they fucked up. You know what I mean? Now, if they had Darkstalkers with the look and play of Street Fighter 4, it would have sold. It would have sold.
But now here's the theory that I'm gonna hit you with right now, right? What if that these companies are initially not doing. You remember that whole thing, a Kickstarter that started a couple years ago that started getting a little popular? They
Yeah,
started Kickstarter as like a quick fundraiser.
yeah.
Not many companies stray from that because it makes them look desperate. So their new target practice, have an arcade game, see how well it does, use the money from that, and inquire to make a new AAA title. So
Mm.
technically, it's an undercover kind of Kickstarter.
But Nelson, to redo old school games, it's expensive.
Yeah,
So
yeah, it
why
is.
why would they will actually do that at a loss? You
But
know
the
what I
thing
mean?
is, they expect to make triple the profit that they have put in for the time. Just like how Iron Galaxy,
Yeah.
when they went back and they did Third Strike, right out the water, sold mad
But
copies.
it's third strike though. You know what I
That's
mean?
true. And then they did it again with Marvel vs. Capcom Origins. Boom, sold again, mad copies. Darkstalkers not so much because that's a hardcore fan base to actually be attached to. But if anyone that hears Capcom, they instantly think Marvel, Street Fighter.
Yeah,
They don't
yeah.
think Darkstalkers. They don't think rival schools.
And Darkstalkers only had what, 3 games?
At least 3 games,
Yeah, you
yeah.
had the Darkstalk or Night Warriors,
Vampire Savior
the
1 and
third one.
2,
Yeah,
and Darkstalkers 3.
yeah. So I mean, it didn't have the user base. Maybe they were afraid of that too. But you see, that's the thing. If they brought back Darkstalkers, brought back some of their big name games, the Onimusha, Power Stone, Final Fight, you know, if they brought back some of the what made Capcom, I mean, sometimes you got to take that risk. And I think, Nelson, and me and my cousin were talking about this. I think it's our generation now that's taking over these companies and fucking it up.
Yeah.
They don't know what the hell they're doing. You put them behind the wheel, they look like Stevie Wonder trying to drive. You know what I mean? I'm like, unbelievable, man. Like, are you for real?
I
Think about
believe
it.
you.
It's like the older. I guess we're in a different age. You know, I think Nintendo got away with a lot by doing things old school. You know what I mean? Playing things safe. But I mean, their user base are happy.
Well, because it's genuinely staying to its first party initial games. They're not doing anything new school like what Microsoft and Sony is doing. They're playing it in a somewhat safe bracket, but again, like I tell people, they're destroying the handheld market, but they are slacking on the console market ever since after the GameCube.
Well, shout out to Demizo. He and I had discussed this. Nintendo should just go handheld or third party. We'll see because Smash Brothers is about to drop, so you might see a lot of units get pushed. Hell, I might even pick up a used one just to play as Little Mac, doing this thing. But quick sidebar: why in the flipping hell is Angry Birds getting a movie?
Uh, I didn't hear about that
Yes,
actually.
Angry Birds is to get a movie, and I don't get the date, but it was posted by Polygon News, and yes, Angry Birds, and I don't know if you can see it, but
Yeah, I
supposedly,
see it.
yeah, it is getting a movie. I no comment. I just wanted to put that out there. Not all games, mobile games to say the least, get a movie. That's rather interesting. I mean,
Well, it
that's a
is a popular.
way to milk freaking franchise, man. I tell
It
you.
is a popular mobile game besides what the fuck is shit called Candy Crush and this something saga shit that people be playing like an RTS mobile game.
All right, all right.
Some shit like
Well,
that.
moving on. I'm looking on the New Gaming Order Facebook page, and that's how I pull my topics. I'm not doing notes anymore because I used to have writer's cramp, writer's block, and all that. So no more of that. But Nelson,
Uh,
on the page, did you notice how some are butthurt about the ODST Halo 3 not being part of the Master Chief Collection?
yeah, I heard about that. Some people said that they should have added it into the actual story because it still retains Halo 3 back cycle of the story.
Now I agree, but they did say had they gone ahead to try to port ODST to the Master Chief Collection, it would have delayed it significantly. Number one, and number two, the cost. So it's something where okay, I don't know how much this collection is gonna cost, but keep in mind the labor you're gonna be paying for that labor. All the games are 60 frames a second. You know what I mean? So with that, I don't think they would development time would have been another thing. Just they're just saying, hey, we gave you a lot. You know what I mean? Maybe in the future, if they do like a digital add-on, maybe I don't know. But
Maybe.
ODST in the firefight mode, that was freaking awesome. I remember that first day me and Shinwa were playing it. That was freaking hot. Maybe if they implemented it into the other games, or I don't know, the story, I guess I think that they just had a limit. They might have had a budget. Who knows? But at least we're
Yeah.
getting this. At least we're getting this on one system. My
But
major complaint is having to go back and play other consoles. Or at least they're bringing everything to one place where you can play all of that and play through Halo 5 Guardians. But yeah, you were gonna say something else?
no, but what I was saying is it's called the Master Chief Collection for a reason, guys. It's focusing only on Master Chief. No side stories, no. Because if that's the case, ODST and Reach would have been in there. So
Ah.
we were only focusing from Halo 1, 2, 3, and 4. The thing is, 1 got a full anniversary remake. You guys will see that in the collection. Now 2 got a full remake. You will definitely see the improvement in that. 3 and 4, I heard, did not get a serious change up, but they slightly touched it up and they made it faster. So you won't see that much of a difference with Halo 3 and
Mm.
4. But 1 and 2, significant difference.
Mm-hmm. Well, considering that those games are older and they had a lot more room to fuck with it. You know what I mean? As far as, like you said, Halo 3, when they really started digging into the 360's architecture with the Risk programming style, I mean, it probably was so much they can do to improve it, you know. But the games are at 60 frames. So for me, that's more like it'll kind of bring it into the Call of Duty territory, you know. But we'll see. We'll see. And let's see how many copies this sells. You know what I mean? I don't know if Halo lost a lot of popularity, but Halo was a big deal. We got to be honest. Waiting outside in line for freaking Halo to drop in the whole atmosphere. And when we're out there for the Best Buy theater when Halo was about to drop, you know what I mean? Halo 3. So, I mean, it just we'll see. I see good things, but you know, ODST not being a part of it, I don't think it's a big deal.
It's not.
We're getting a lot for what they did in terms of development. So
Yeah, you're getting a lot of labor. You're getting all the maps that was ever a part of from 1 through 4 to be a multiplayer, and everything is online. Plus, you'll get like hidden achievements and secret unlockables that you have to go back and forth in between games to unlock story mode content and
hmm
future. Also, with NYC Playboy 78 just mentioned to me, Bungie is thinking about the possibility of bringing Destiny to PC due to a sheer mass of numbers they're pulling in.
hmm now you see, if they are to, well, I mean, it wouldn't be hard. It's a game. Like
Yeah,
if they
it's
put
not
it to
hard.
PC, if they do it for PC, I hope,
They increase the frame rate, guaranteed.
yeah. But the servers between the X1 and the PC should be linked.
Yes,
Just like
cross.
just
Yes.
like Lost Planet Colonies, where the 360 you can play against the PC people.
Yes, you can.
Capcom did it. Capcom did it. That was one of the good things that when the Clover Studios was still under Capcom, achieved this. Come on, it one day I think that it's gonna be a mass pool where you're gonna be able to play with folks. But I'm keeping my fingers crossed. The PC and the X1 version should be linked since, you know. But then
Yeah.
again, that was under Windows Live, so that's just wishful thinking. But
Yeah.
I had Lost Planet Colonies. I still have it on on this PC right now. And if anybody was still playing on the Xbox 360, I can just link up with them. I see their gamer tag and everything. Boom, and then I could go on the 360, pick up where I left off, and continue. You know what I mean? So I mean, it's wishful thinking. But if the PC one is to come out, our new member who's coming in, I know he'll jump on that and completely max out the settings because he loves to do PC gaming rigs. Like he frowns on consoles because he can do so much better with his PC rig, especially with his Street Fighter 4 and how it looked on his system. Nelson, dude, it's a thing of beauty. Oh my god,
Wow.
it looks something. It looked like Killer Instinct Arcade. They're like how I can't even begin to explain it, but it's some good stuff.
I gotta look into that then. But yeah, hopefully, as what Playboy just mentioned again, it better be an excellent port, not no garbage ass port. Like they better actually take their time to make it so the PC users can max out their settings, as you just mentioned before, and actually take it to another level.
Now you see, Bungie,
They
unlike
have the resources. I'm not gonna lie. Bungie does have the fucking resources to do
after
that.
their Halo success with the first